the question is, first, the precautionary principle, that is an ethical element. Have we considered all the unintended consequences? Are we sure that we can modulate these interventions so that we achieve the outcome that we want in terms of reducing the impact of the solar radiation in the atmosphere? Or are we going to overshoot and then produce a freezing or long-term freezing period? I mean, these are questions from the technological point of view that need to be taken. But then there are some societal questions that are very important, which is who is to take the decision? And as you have done with the C2G project too, who is in charge? If we take the decisions, who is in charge? Who is going to be impacted? Are all those that are going to be impacted part of these conversations? Who is going to develop the governance of these technologies to make sure that this is not only in the hands of those that can make it, but also in the hands of everybody? What are the distributive impacts? Do we have all the voices at the table? Do we think about intergenerational justice? There are these questions that the committee is asking for. Is the knowledge of these technologies enough to do it? And then there are also political questions, because we are now under this very important pressure to deliver on the national determined contributions that are nowhere to be seen, Mark. You know it. In the international negotiations, we now cannot even talk about fossil fuels. And so we are just backtracking from the Paris Agreement. And therefore, it's important also not to see the technologies as a fantastic solution, but also to see them in the context of all the other efforts, and whether these technologies and using these technologies will add up to our efforts, or are just going to make us relax and think that, okay, the technologies are going to save us, so why should we care about going to the mitigation efforts that we need? So all these questions are put there, but the most important one is that we need to have inclusive debates. We need to include, because as usual, these technologies are being patented by few countries in the north, as artificial intelligence, as many other technologies. And this is a global issue that needs to include the global south. It needs to include the civil society, and it needs to really, really be an inclusive conversation.